This week on Buck Commander.
This year, Matt and Luke are in a race to see who can get the first elk on the board.
It's awesome.
There is nothing more exciting than that in hunting.
And now we know he's got some major issues.
I have a fat cramp.
I get drawn back, and I'm tagged out day one.
He may have actually found an animal that's bigger than him to hunt.
We have a beautiful day for racing. And they're off!
We have Willie Robertson. We got Alvin Roach.
Down right there.
Let's give a little walk.
Tom Bo Martin.
Coming in hot.
Mr. Luke Bryan.
Smoked.
Here we go. Oh!
Ryan Langerhans.
Oh, the helmet's been thrown.
We got Mr. Jason Aldean.
Oh, my goodness.
So it seems like recently Luke's found something else that he's good at besides fishing and dancing, and it's elk hunting, apparently. Is he good at dancing? Is the jury still out?
Well, Cabela's is my tour sponsor, and a couple of years ago, they hooked me up with Dole, who runs Cross Mountain Ranch Outfitters.
We know there is a couple donkeys down in there in the bottom, so one of them sounds like a donkey.
It is an amazing hunt. I love everything about it. Getting out there in the mountains, hiking and chasing big Colorado elk.
Our wind isn't necessarily cooperating. It's awesome.
Having a big Colorado elk bugle just 60 yards in the woods from you and not being able to see him, and he's just out of sight, but you know he's coming.
Decent bull. That's awesome.
There is nothing more exciting than that in hunting.
That was our first encounter. Young bull. But he did exactly what we want a big bull to do.
While Luke's in Colorado, our buddy Matt Light is actually down in New Mexico doing the same thing. When I think about Matt Light hunting elk, I just think about two huge specimens in the woods.
He may have actually found an animal that's bigger than him to hunt.
We just busted, a couple elk. Walked right past them, never saw them. It's a 900-pound animal with a 320-pound idiot.
I don't know that Matt Light's officially a buckman yet, but he's certainly a buckman in training.
It's like the perfect morning. I can produce a lot of duck butter. So the German way to say I love you is Ich liebe dich. You want to get them as early in the season as you can when they're still full of all the nutrients. Well, the question is, if I could be any Disney character, who would I be and why? It puts a lot of pressure on your lower intestine.
Yeah.
He does have a tendency to pull some antics.
I want you to know that this will be fixed.
And gets a little creative sometimes.
I'm a superhero. I'm a superhero. That's all there is to it.
Nobody really wants to say you're not invited to camp because, let's face it, he's a Neanderthal, and we don't know if he'll kill us or eat us, or we don't even really know where he came from.
This is the Matt Light Challenge. Uno, dos, tres.
On me cookies.
Matt Light. Get a little,
You know, we used to think that Matt had like some minor issues going on.
No. If that was on your plate, I'm not sure it would scream inviting.
And now we know he's got some major issues.
It's like a snake.
Come on, snake.
Christmas tree ornaments.
What the? 3 Oatmeal cream pies.
And we just chalked that up to too many concussions playing football.
From Joel taught me everything I know.
Oh God.
Close, ain't it? Not really.
Not really.
But here's where it really gets good. Well, we're in Colorado chasing elk, having the time of our life. But I know my buddy, Matt Light, is about 400 miles south of us down in New Mexico doing the same thing.
You know, I think I'd wanted to elk hunt my entire life. I had to get the whitetail season out of my veins a little bit. I'd not been able to hunt for so long playing the game of football, and then by the time I retired, it was just all about whitetail. And I think after a few years of chasing the local creatures, I wanted to branch out a little bit. The thing that I knew, listening to all these stories from the guys at Buck Commander, was that I've got to get out west.
Get him over here. Let's put a hole in him. See him? He's just to the right of the pine. See his rack?
I guess that's elk hunting. Does that put a smile on your face? Because it should. Holy smokes, that's unbelievable. I've said that word 4 million times. I think it's because it has bull in it, but I don't know. I can't get rid of it. Trying to stop. What a morning. I don't know if it gets any better than this.
The whole first day was good. We had several encounters. We'd bugle, they'd come in, but they were all small elk, and we just kept waiting on the right one to show up.
We got that ridge right there. You be watching that other one.
So many times throughout that hunt, we have elk everywhere. Sometimes you chase the wrong elk, and you probably could have got another one to come in, but we were just happy to be all up in the middle of them. I finally got on a good bull in some pretty thick timber. Doyle did everything perfect, and the elk came in screaming. I just needed the elk to quit staring me down, turn his head, and I'm tagged out day one.
This is the cliche that I always hate talking about, trying to get it done on the last day, but probably the clearest morning we've had. It's elk hunting weather this morning. We packed a lunch. We're gonna stay up in here till we come down with an elk.
The last morning was probably the exciting thing I've ever experienced hunting.
He is a shooter, boys. That's a good bull, ain't it?
We were down in a draw, and we had elk literally trying to stampede us. We've got cows 10 yards away from us. We've got elk running everywhere trying to get up the hill, and it was pretty freaky stuff.
We're in deep. Huh. That bad bull, though, isn't it? He's a 4-point. You want to pass? We just passed on a small bull that, I mean, it's the twilight hour and we're passing, but
We're down in this draw, and we can hear one coming over the hill, and he steps out, and he is an elk that I definitely want to kill.
Coming straight down at us. Straight to us. He's back here. He's gonna come right by us.
But he had to make 10 steps to get in a clear spot so I could get a shot off. And I didn't want to rattle one through any brush. The wind was swirling. I think he winded us, and he took off, and that was my last opportunity. No elk.
Well, Luke didn't end up getting it done, but we still got some hope. Maybe Matt can connect.
As we get to this island and we're approaching it, I'm looking off in the distance, and probably 500 yards out, I see what looks like a bull. here's this, I mean, loping creature that's making a beeline. I mean, he's on a rope. As much as you can put him on a rope, he's on that, and he's coming right at us. I said, here comes this guy. He's going to come over, and he's going to work from right to left, and he's going to present a broadside shot at 20 yards, and it's going to be a done deal. This is going to be epic. This is going to be awesome. Unfortunately, he comes right at me, and this bull is 8 feet away from me. For 2.5 minutes, I'm holding full draw. You know, this elk, he knows that there's something definitely wrong. I'm able to let down and eventually kind of regain my composure as he gets around us to downwind side.
Oh my God, I have a fat cramp. That sucker came from a mile away. Oh my gosh, he was at 10 feet. 10 feet, and all you can hear is me going.
You know, the bull drops. It's that surreal moment in any hunter's life where, you know, you did it, and you know you're going to get to walk down and put your hands on, you know, your first set of antlers on an animal that is just truly majestic.
I think when you think about archery and what that means to every individual could be vastly different, but the number one thing is you want a challenge. You want something that's going to push you outside your comfort zone. Ton of fun, you know, it's never easy.
Getting the opportunity that I had to actually harvest, you know, an elk like that, that was incredible.
I mean, these things are so impressive. This was such an incredible trip. I've had a time of my life, man.
I know that that Matt's excited. First elk.
Come on, man. You can't take me down. Get over here, boy. Get over here. Unbelievable, man.
Luke, on the other hand, a lot like myself, we've gone into plenty of camps and not killed, so this is really nothing new for him. Just kidding. I love you, man.